That's the way Francis Scott Key originally wrote it.
Yeah, it's the remix.
Little known fact. People don't know that. Okay, so I guess the tape broke down. We'll be set to go here for basketball action at the Keefe Gym momentarily. Rutland High and Brattleboro. Brattleboro won by 4 down in Brattleboro earlier. The only loss of the year in the league for Rutland High. Brattleboro unbeaten in league play. Of course, Jake Eaton played sparingly in that game coming off the flu. Be the Raiders going left to right here in the first half, and the Colonels going right to left. Kyle Sparks, 6'3" junior jumping center for Brattleboro. Aaron Boynton, a 6'2" senior jumping center for Rutland High. Again, Joe Davin and Steve Patrica are the referees. And the tap is controlled by the Brattleboro Colonels. In the backcourt, Screniers with it. Dribbles into the forecourt. The Raiders in their familiar man-to-man defense. Screniers into the key. Sends it to Sparks. Cross-court on the right to Alex Shevitz. Got it to Screniers. Now up top it went to John Noble to the left sideline for Alex Shevitz. Around the horn they go. Sparks with it in the key. Again around the horn, left sideline. Dio with it to Screniers. Left side for 3. It's no good. Rebound to Mayhew. Quick passing around for Brattleboro. Threw it around the horn a few times. Mayhew into the forecourt for Rutland High, right sideline. And then out to Conway to Boynton, left side of the lane. On the cut to Mayhew in the lane. Short jumper, an air ball. Bailey keeps it alive at the baseline. His shot is blocked by Sparks. It comes down to Mayhew. He'll start it over again out near the midcourt circle. Chased around by Evan Dio. Brattleboro in the man-to-man. Both teams in the man-to-man in the early going. Mayhew goes to Eaton near the left sideline. Out front on the bounce to Conway, top of the circle. Conway to the right sideline to Chris Mayhew. Chris looking inside, sends it back out now to Eaton, dribbles to the left side of the lane. To the left sideline feeds Conway. Conway comes cross-court to Eaton. Eaton toward the right side of the lane and stops on the bounce down low to Bailey. Lost the handle, and it's picked off by John Noble. And with it now is Dio. Dio into the forecourt down the right sideline for Brattleboro. Out to Sparks, to the key to the line. Back on the right to Dio between the sideline and the key. Evan Dio backs it in a bit on Mayhew. Dribbles into the lane. Has it stripped by Eaton, picked off by Mayhew. Mayhew starts the break, shovels it now for Boynton to Eaton. At the baseline, he lays it in. Pretty play. The Raiders take the lead 2-0, 6:20 remaining here in the first quarter. Dio with it for Brattleboro. Sends it out front to Alex Shevitz. Alex Shevitz, top of the circle, stops the dribble on Eaton's man-to-man. On the left wing, he gets it to Screniers, dribbles left to right in the key. Out to Dio now between the sideline and the key. Back on the right sideline, got it to Alex Shevitz. Down low to Sparks, and Sparks feeds Noble, and he lays it in as he went baseline. That ties it up at 2 apiece. John Noble, a 6'3" junior on the bucket for Brattleboro. Mayhew trapped in the backcourt, breaks the pressure, though, to Aaron Bailey in the forecourt. Back to Mayhew. Picked up by Evan Dio. Cross-court left sideline to Conway. Lines up the 3. It's no good. And the rebound, Sparks for Brattleboro. The big guy at 6'3", dribbles into the forecourt. Has it between the sideline and the key. Sends it left sideline to Dio. Dribbles left to right across the key. Got it to Alex Shevitz to Screniers. Now to Noble, left side of the lane. Drives, lays it up. No good. We got a whistle and a foul against Rutland High.
Yeah, Jack, both teams are really passing the ball around a lot in there. They're trying to get the good shot, and Brattleboro is just getting the open man underneath, and he picked up the foul.
That foul is on Aaron Boynton. That's his first on the team. It is a shooting foul. And John Noble, who's got the Brattleboro bucket in this game, is at the line for 2. And his shot is no good off the back of the rim. He'll get another. We're tied at 2, 5:26 left first quarter here at the Keefe Gym. And boys basketball on WSYB. Rutland, second shot by Noble is good. He's got 3 points. Brattleboro has a 3-2 lead. Mayhew picked up in the backcourt by Evan Dio. Gets it to Boynton in the backcourt. Picked up by Alex Shevitz. Back now to Conway. Some semi-pressure by Brattleboro. Conway breaks the pressure down the left sideline. Pass knocked away back to Conway. And he had the handle for a moment, then picked off finally by Noble. Noble got it to Alex Shevitz. Alex Shevitz to Screniers, and Screniers is traveling.
Good defense there by Chris Mayhew, caused the traveling.
Lance Alex Shevitz, by the time you say his name, somebody else has got the ball. We've got to get used to that. Here's Eaton in the lane for the Raiders. 14-footer's good. And the Raiders lead at 4-3.
4-3 and
on the bounce left sideline to John Noble as Brattleboro controls in the forecourt. Looking around, Noble still looking. Cross-court wanted to go to Dio, knocked into the backcourt by Mayhew, and Evan Dio has to retrieve. 5'9" senior back into the forecourt on Chris Mayhew. Evan Dio for the Brattleboro Colonels, the point guard. On the right to Alex Shevitz. Alex Shevitz toward the right baseline, stops. On the cut to Skrenyers. Fadeaway right baseline is good, around the rim and in. And Brattleboro leads at 5-4. John Casarino with us tonight in the first half. Here's Eaton into the lane. Wanted to go to Bailey, knocked away, picked off by Skrenyers. Skrenyers goes coast to coast, lays it up, no good. Rebound, Sparks underneath, and he sent it into the lane. The short jumper is good from Noble. Sparks had it underneath. It was too far underneath the basket. Sent it to Noble, and Noble got the short jumper. Connected on the short jumper, John Noble at 7-4, Brattleboro by 3. When it is Eaton to the right baseline to Bailey. Bailey gets it out front to Conway on the right wing to Eaton for 3. Bang!
Well, Eaton's definitely making up for this game because he didn't play against him in the first time they played.
It ties it up at 7 apiece. Alex Shevitz with it to the right side of the lane, shut off. Down low now to Noble, right baseline picked up by Boynton. Noble back out to Alex Shevitz for 3. Top of the circle, he hits. Lance Alex Shevitz, a 6-foot senior. It's 10-7. Brattleboro with a 3-point lead. And some full court zone pressure by the Colonels. Got a steal by Lance Alex Shevitz. Sent it to Dio, now to Sparks, drives, lays it in, and it's going to count, he got fouled. Kyle Sparks, 6'3" junior, an opportunity for a 3-point play. And the foul is against Jake Eaton, his first, second on the team. The basket does count as Joe Duval checks in for Rutland High for Conway. And John Noble is out. Into the ball game is Clovis Noguera for Brattleboro. Out of the ball game is Skrenyers, and into the ball game is Ben Gilbert for Brattleboro. It's 12-7 off that bucket by Sparks. The Colonels lead it by 5, and his free throw is good to complete the 3-point play. Kyle Sparks on the free throw and the 3-point play, and Brattleboro leads it 13-7. A 6-point lead with 3:07 left in the first quarter here at the Keefe Gym. When it is Mayhew out near the midcourt circle. He goes to work on Dio. Mayhew stops right side of the circle, goes to Duval on the left. Back out front to Eaton, top of the circle. Eaton dribbles into the lane, finds Boynton underneath, had to start it over again toward the right sideline. Back to Eaton in the lane, lays it up, no good, as it was partially deflected by Sparks, came down to Noguera. Noguera, an exchange student for Brazil, to the left side of the lane, out to Dio, left wing for 3, no good, rebound to Sparks. Sparks dribbles to the right, takes the bomb, it's no good, off the back of the rim, deep rebound to Bailey. Bailey on the outlet to Mayhew into the forecourt, down the right sideline, dribbles right to the left sideline to Duval. His 3 is no good, and the rebound is controlled by Ben Gilbert. Gilbert throws it into the forecourt for Dio, dribbles left to right on the bounce right wing. Sparks with it into the lane, trying to dump it off down low for Noguera, and it goes off him out of bounds. It'll be Rutland's basketball as Bailey gets a breather, and John Lynn is in for Rutland High.
I tell you, Brattleboro are real unselfish in there. They try to work the ball around, pass up a lot of open shots, and that time as a result, it was a turnover.
Clovis Noguera, who is in there, is an exchange student for Brazil, 6'1" junior. And it's Rutland's basketball as Mayhew dribbles into the forecourt on Dio. Mayhew toward the left sideline. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. A 13-7 Brattleboro lead. Here's Duval for 3 from the right side. The shot no good, and the rebound tapped out to Alex Shevitz. Whistles into the forecourt, and he's traveling. Went down the right sideline as he romped into the sideline, maybe the better word for that, and tried to spin around and whistle down for the traveling violation. Rutland's basketball. Duval in the forecourt down the right sideline. Duval looking inside, sends it out to Mayhew. Mayhew picked up by Dio off the man-to-man. Sends it to the left sideline to Jake Eaton. Eaton on the bounce to Duval. Duval sends it to the right sideline to Mayhew. Dribbles toward the middle, dumps it off for Boynton in the lane. Short jumper, no good, but he was fouled. He'll be at the line for 2. Brattleboro's first team foul. That foul is on Kyle Sparks, his first.
It was a nice pass by Chris Mayhew. He penetrated, saw Aaron Boynton in there open, handed it off to him, and he got a foul.
Skrenyers back in for the Brattleboro Colonels, and Lance Alex Shevitz checks out. Skrenyers a 6-foot senior. Alex Shevitz also a senior at 6 foot. Aaron Boynton at the line for 2 for Rutland High. He was in the act of shooting. Minute 33 left first quarter. Brattleboro 13, Rutland 7. Shot by Aaron is good. He'll get another. Brattleboro 13, Rutland 8. It's a 5-point Brattleboro lead.
I have Jake Eaton with 7 and Aaron Boynton with 1 for a total of 8 so far in the first half.
Second shot by Boynton, in and out, no good, and the rebound is controlled by Screniers of Brattleboro. Screniers along with Dio, Sparks, Gilbert's in there, and Noguera is in there right now for Brattleboro. Sparks, right sideline, sends it out front to Gilbert. Gilbert now to Screniers, now to Sparks in the key, backs it up to the top of the circle. On the right to Clovis Noguera. And the exchange student from Brazil. He got it to Screniers, to Sparks, can't handle it. The baseline goes out of bounds. Rutland's basketball with 1:11 left first quarter. Chris Mayhew in with Joe Duval, Jake Eaton, Aaron Boynton, and John Lynn right now for Rutland High. Here in the backcourt, Joe Duval. Duval dribbles into the forecourt on the bounce, gets it to Jake Eaton. Jake Eaton toward the left baseline, gets double teamed, shut off, got it to Lynn, lost the handle, picked off by Screniers. Screniers dumps it now for Dio, and he lays it in. And Dave Kinsman wants a timeout as Brattleboro goes up by 7. It's Brattleboro 15, Rutland 8 with 52 seconds left first quarter. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back.
You got some neighbors really quickly.
John Noble's got 5 points there, John. We're just double-checking on some of the scoring. You can always double-check your scoring with the scores table, okay, when we... Yep. Don Casarino with us tonight on the color commentary, along with Mark Wambach, both from Castleton State College. They'll be splitting the duties tonight. Raiders basketball as the pass from Mayhew went in, intended for Boynton, knocked out of bounds by Noguera, but we got a foul on Clovis Noguera. Exchange student from Brazil, once again, his first, and that is the second on the team. It's Rutland's basketball with 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Duval with it to the right sideline. It goes to Mayhew. Mayhew cross court, left sideline to Eaton. Dribbles to the left side of the lane. Trying to go to Duval at the baseline. Went by him and out of bounds. It's Brattleboro's basketball. John Noble back in. Screniers, Noguera in. Gilbert and also Evan Dio right now for Brattleboro. On the left with it, he is Screniers. Looks at the clock, 22 seconds left in the quarter. Got it to Noguera to Ben Gilbert. Ben Gilbert sends it out to Screniers and to dribble out toward the midcourt circle, the Noble left sideline. Noble looking around. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Got it to Screniers to Dio. And now got it to Gilbert. Gilbert to Noble, right baseline. Short jumper around the rim and in. Got the roll. 2 seconds, 1. That is the end of the first quarter. And off the bucket by Noble, it's 17-8 Brattleboro after a quarter. Brattleboro 17, Rutland 8 after 1. Back after this 30-second timeout. Just double checking. I got on the 2 fouls, Sparks, and I believe Noguera had the other foul for the Brattleboro Colonels. Aaron Boynton and Jake Eaton, the fouls for the Raiders. Just two apiece here as we get underway here in the second quarter. It is Rutland's basketball. Chris Mayhew going to work on Dio. Evan Dio putting up the defense. He's a 5'9 senior. Chris is also a 5'9 senior. With it now for the Raiders at the left corner is Jake Eaton. And along the sideline to Dave Paller, who checked in. Now to Conway, top of the circle. Underneath to Eaton. He lays it up. No good, but he was fouled. Jake Eaton will be at the line for 2 shots in the act of shooting. And the foul is on Ben Gilbert. That's his first third on the team. Now, Gilbert, 6'1 sophomore, we mentioned he's one of the top scorers in the league, even though he does not start. As Jake Eaton looks and fires, and he misses the first. He's got another one coming. Dave Paller in with John Lynn, Jake Conway, Jake Eaton, and Chris Mayhew. The alignment for Rutland High will set Brattleboro's alignment here at the beginning of the second quarter momentarily. Second shot by Jake is around the rim and in. Jake Eaton gets 1 out of 2. It is Brattleboro 17, Rutland 9. Evan Dio along with Clovis Noguera, Scott Screniers in there, John Noble, and Ben Gilbert. That's the alignment right now for the Brattleboro Colonels. Dio down the left sideline. Sends it to the left corner to Gilbert for 3. It is no good. Rebound goes out of bounds. Off Noble, it will be Rutland's basketball. It is Kyle Sparks, 6'3 junior. Original starter checks back in for Brattleboro for Evan Dio.
That was a good job by John Lynn. Like I said, he comes off the bench and battles underneath for the rebounds. And that's what Rutland needs right now.
Voice of John Casarino, former player here at Rutland High, and on board with us for the color commentary for the first half of this one. Mayhew got it to Lynn around the horn. Here's Conway, top of the circle. His three is good. Big three for Jake Conway, 17-12. It is a 5-point Brattleboro lead. Screnyers with it to the right side of the lane. Screnyers sends it out to Sparks to the free throw line. Dumps it off left baseline for Noble. Out to Gilbert. Gilbert dumps it for Noble, lays it up and in for the baseline, but we got a 3-second violation against Brattleboro. So it's Rutland's basketball. The Raiders trying to battle back, trailing by 5. They trailed by 9 at the end of the first quarter. They've outscored Brattleboro 4-0 here in the second quarter. 6:40 left in the half. With it, left sideline is Eaton to Lynn, left baseline. Cross court to the right wing to Conway to Mayhew. Mayhew dumps it off underneath for Pally. Shot blocked by Sparks. Right to Conway. Goes baseline and lays it in. Sparks came up with a defensive play, but Conway was there and laid it in. It's 17-14. Brattleboro's laid down to 3. 6:20 left first half. Here's Sparks to the baseline. We'll get a foul against Rutland. Fouls on Dave Paller. Foul on Dave, a 6'3 senior, is his first, and that is the third on the team. So Brattleboro put the ball into play from the baseline. Gilbert gets it into Sparks, left sideline. The big guy looking on Lynn, sends it up the sideline out of Screnyers, going to work on Mayhew. Stops left side of the lane, sends it out front to Gilbert. Back on the left wing to Sparks. Down low to Noble, turns. Back out to Sparks, left wing. Back to Noble down low, going to work on Paller. Lays it up, no good. And up and in. Off the missed shot was Noguera. It was an air ball. Noguera came down with it. Clovis Noguera gets the bucket. It's 19-14. It is a 5-point Brattleboro lead. Good play by Clovis Noguera. Mayhew loops it down low for Lynn. His shot is blocked out of bounds by either Noguera or Noble. They were both there. I think it was Noguera.
Yeah,
it'll be Rutland's basketball.
I tell you, Chris Mayhew's getting some great passes in there. These players have to be ready for him.
Brattleboro with 4 blocks in this game in the early going. As play back in, Conway from the left side. His three is no good, and the rebound is controlled by Noble. And it up to Sparks. Dio back in for Brattleboro. Boynton back in for the Raiders. As Screnyers lays it up, no good. Got the pass from Noguera underneath. But we got a foul against Rutland High.
Dave Paller.
It is on Paller, his second, and that is the 4th on the team. And at the line for 2 is Scott Screnyers, a 6-foot senior. Screnyers in with Noble, Sparks now. Dio and Noguera. That's the Brattleboro alignment. We'll set the Raider alignment here in just a moment. As Screnyers on his first free throw, it's good. He'll get another. He was in the act of shooting. Brattleboro up by 6 again, 20-14. Aaron Boynton along with Dave Paller. Second shot by Screnyers is good. Gets them both. It's 21-14. A 7-point Brattleboro lead now as Duval's in for Jake Eaton for Rutland High. So it's Dave Paller along with Chris Mayhew, Jake Conway, Joe Duval, and Aaron Boynton now, the alignment for Rutland. Both teams in the man-to-man. Conway dribbles into the forecourt. Conway to the left side of the lane, stops. Tried to go to Boynton, knocked away by Noble, picked off by Sparks. Down court to Dio, has to start it over again as Mayhew got back quickly on defense. Out to Sparks, top of the circle, on the right to Noble. Dribbles toward the right baseline, sends it back out to Sparks, into the lane, running right-hander, no good. Rebound back to Sparks, left baseline. Dumps it off for Noguera. Noguera to Noble for the right baseline. His short jumper's good. Almost had a whole bunch of points in the first half. 6'3 junior, 23-14. Brattleboro has the 9-point lead with 4:52 left in the half. As Aaron Bailey gets set to check back in for Rutland High. Mayhew with it, down low to Paller, right baseline. Cross court, along the baseline to Boynton, fade away left side of the lane, no good. Sparks the rebound. He really got up there for that one. Sparks to Dio. Dio dribbles left to right across the key, starts it over again, left wing back to Sparks. Kyle Sparks, 6'3 junior, back out to Dio, halfway between the circles. Now Screnyers with it, left side of the circle, back to Dio. A 9-point Brattleboro lead, 4:24 left in the first half as Dio very deliberate on the bounce, right sideline, it goes to Screnyers. Cross court now to Sparks, to the left sideline to Dio. Evan Dio sends it out to Screnyers, to the key to the line, to the lane, ducks underneath and lays it in. And Brattleboro's opened up an 11-point lead. The Colonels lead at 25-14, and they look very sharp here at the Keep Gym tonight. Mayhew with it, right sideline. Conway now, top of the circle for 3, no good. Rebound, Screnyers, battle for the basketball. Conway ties him up. Great play by Conway. It'll be Brattleboro's possession.
I tell you, there's a battle going on in there between Conway and number 34, Scott Screeners. Little football flashback for, I think, Jay Conway.
Taller and Mayhew are out. Eaton's back in. Bailey back in for Rutland High. It's Brattleboro's basketball. Evan Dio into the forecourt on the bounce right sideline to Sparks. Sparks a big guy, but he's all over the place. On the cut to Noble, finds the handle in the lane, dumps it for Screniers to the right baseline, sends it out to Dio for the three. It's no good, but we got a whistle. I believe somebody must have stepped on the baseline, or it's a 3-second violation they called against Brattleboro.
Yeah, Sparks is probably one of the biggest guys on the court, but
he's on the perimeter.
Yeah, he's on the outside. I think he'd want to get underneath to get some of those shots underneath.
Ben Gilbert will be coming back in for Brattleboro. He's had a breather for the last couple of minutes. Eaton down the right sideline for the Raiders. Dribbles right to left into the lane. Gets it to Bailey to Duval. Left sideline to the left baseline. He stops. Back out to Eaton between the sideline and the key. Dribbles once out to Conway, top of the circle. Conway underneath to Duval at the right baseline. It was deflected right to him. Got it to Bailey, right sideline now. Out front to Conway. Conway on the left to Duval between the sideline and the key. On the bounce, right side of the circle to Boynton. His 18-footer's no good. Rebound torn down by Noguera. Ahead now to Noble. Pulls it off left wing. Gets it out to Screniers. Screniers sends it out front to Dio. Right side of the circle. Picked up by Eaton off the man-to-man. Now with it, Sparks to the left sideline. He goes to Screniers. Dribbles left to right into the lane. Forces the jumper. It's short. Rebound fought for it. It comes down to Bailey. Aaron Bailey looks around, covers up, and goes to Eaton. Eaton into the forecourt, down the right sideline for the Raiders. Eaton looking around. Eaton sends it now to Bailey. Bailey out front to Conway. To the left sideline, he goes to Duval. Duval on Screniers. Duval dribbles once toward the middle. Cross court now to the right wing to Conway. Dribbles into the lane. Scoops it up. And in. It's going to count. He got fouled. Jake Conway, an opportunity for a three-point play. As the foul is on Scott Screniers, his fourth on the team. Ben Gilbert checks in for Brattleboro, and Lance Alexevitz also checking in for Brattleboro, in for Clovis Noguera and Scott Screniers. It is now Brattleboro 25, Rutland 16 with 2:27 left first half here at the Keefe Gym.
It's a great shot by Jake Conway. He faked the jumper and then blew right by the guy, took it to the hole for the possible three-point play here.
Jake Conway looks and fires. He's got it to complete the three-point play. Mike Stempeck checks in for Conway now for Rutland High. As Brattleboro leads it by 8. Brattleboro 25, Rutland 17. 2:25 left first half here at the Keefe Gym. Down the middle, Dio stops on the right to Sparks to the right side of the lane. Back to Dio, left side for three. No good. Rebound, Bailey. Aaron Bailey sends it on the outlet to Eaton. Eaton into the forecourt on the bounce down the sideline to Duval. Dribbles into the lane. His jumper around the rim, no good. Rebound, Alexevitz for Brattleboro. Lance Alexevitz into the forecourt down the right sideline, gets it to Gilbert. Gilbert dribbles once out to Dio near midcourt. Dio controlling off the dribble for Brattleboro, sends it to the left sideline to Alexevitz. Cross court now to Sparks into the key. Now back to Dio between the right sideline and the middle. And at 45 left in the half, Brattleboro with an 8-point lead. And we got a pass intended for Gilbert, was picked off by the Raiders. Bailey got it down to Duval, tried to lay it up. We've got a whistle and a foul against Duval, the offensive foul. That pass in was intended for Gilbert. Bailey on the steal, and again at the other end, Duval whistled down for the offensive foul. So that is number... I got Rutland for 5, and that is
5 team fouls.
How many is that on Duval now? That is Duval's first. As Brattleboro controls, Sparks with it to the key to the line, and he wanted to find Gilbert at the baseline, and we got a traveling violation on Sparks as Evan Barron checks in for Joe Duval for Rutland High. Set the alignment for both teams when we have an opportunity. Boynton left side of the circle gets it to Stempeck left sideline as the Raiders control. Bailey now to Eaton, dribbles right to left into the lane. 14-footer around the rim, no good. Rebound fought for. It's Bailey back up, no good. He was fouled.
That's what we're talking about. Aaron Bailey's always tough on those boards.
And the foul is on Clovis Noguera, who's in there right now for Brattleboro, and that's the second on Noguera, and that is the 5th on the team. Bailey in the active shooting at the line for 2 for Rutland High.
That's Aaron Bailey's 5th rebound so far.
Aaron, a left-hander, fires up, no good off the back of the rim. He'll get another. 1:02 left in the first half. A 25-17 Brattleboro lead. The Colonels lead it by 8. Bailey, Stempeck, Eaton, Ethan Barron, and also Aaron Boynton for the Raiders. Second shot, no good. Bailey missed them both. Sparks with a rebound. Sparks, Dio, Noguera, Alex Shevitz, and Gilbert for Brattleboro. Dio with the top of the circle. 51 seconds left in the half. Now Gilbert with it. Backs it up toward the midcourt circle. Sends it to Dio left sideline. Picked up by Eaton off the man-to-man. Out front to Noguera. Noguera dribbles into the lane. Pulls up for the short jumper. No good. Rebound off. Barron. Scramble for the basketball. Alex Shevitz with it. Fouled by Barron. 16 foul on the Raiders. And that foul on Ethan Barron is his first. Next foul by the Raiders will send the Colonels to the line.
Tell you, Brattleboro real active on those rebounds. They're totally dominating Rutland at this point.
35 seconds left in the half. Brattleboro has the basketball right sideline. Gilbert with it. Gilbert sends it out to Alex Shevitz to Sparks, left sideline way out front. Now Gilbert again between the sideline and the key. Gets it to Noguera. Noguera back out front to Sparks near the midcourt circle. 20 seconds left in the half. Brattleboro leads at 25-17. With it now is Evan Dio. Dio to Noguera to Alex Shevitz right sideline. Lance Alex Shevitz. Got it to Noguera to Gilbert. Back out to Alex Shevitz. 5 seconds left in the half. Here's Sparks with it. Right side of the circle. His 17-footer is good as time expires. Ending the first half. That puts Brattleboro up by 10, 27-17. To tell you the truth, John, I thought that they waited too long and really didn't get a good shot.
Yeah,
but Sparks hit the 17-footer with a few seconds left in the half as Brattleboro has opened up a 10-point lead at halftime. At halftime, our score, Brattleboro 27, Rutland 17. And we'll be back to talk about it after this timeout.
With 3, and Clovis Nogueras with 2.
Okay. We'll get to, when you have an opportunity, run. There haven't been too many personal fouls. That certainly isn't a factor, but Sparks has 1, 2 for Noguera, 1 for Alex Shevitz, and 1 for Ben Gilbert for Brattleboro. It'll be Rutland's basketball here. We'll get to the Raiders' personal foul department here when we have an opportunity. The Raiders going right to left as we look out. Brattleboro left to right as we look out here in the second half. Raiders basketball. Chris Mayhew with it right sideline, picked up by Dio. Off the man-to-man. Down the sideline to Jake Conway. Now on the cut to Boynton. Short jumper in the lane. It's good off the glass. Exactly what we talked about. I know Coach Kinsman had to mention that at halftime. Boynton's got to get his shots. It's 27-19. The bucket by Boynton. An 8-point Brattleboro lead. Screniers with it, top of the circle for the Colonels, gets it to Noble right baseline. His short jumper is no good. Rebound comes down to Boynton. Jump hook actually from Noble. Now Mayhew with it, left sideline in the forecourt. To Eaton at the free throw line on the right to Conway for 3. Bang! 5 quick points for the Raiders here at the beginning of the second half. 27-22. A 5-point Brattleboro lead as Screniers loses the ball out of bounds. Rutland's basketball, and Bob Bashford wants a timeout. It'll be Rutland's ball when we come back. Early going third quarter. Brattleboro's lead down to 5. Brattleboro 27, Rutland 22. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
Casella Waste Management.
With the Raider personal foul department, the Raiders will have the ball.
All right, Dave Powers has 2 fouls. Joe Duval has 1. Boynton has 1. Eaton has 1. And Barron has 1 as well. So they're not in any significant problems.
Not too many fouls are called in this game tonight. Rutland's basketball from the baseline. It is Mayhew, Conway, Eaton, Boynton, and Bailey. The alignment, the Raiders have scored 5 quick points with 7:11 left in the third quarter. 5 quick points here in the third quarter. Bailey with it out front, top of the circle on the bounce, left sideline to Chris Mayhew. Down low to Boynton, dribbles into the lane. His turnaround is no good, short. Sparks the rebound for Brattleboro. Sparks along with Dio, Screniers. Alex Shevitz is in there and also Noble. That's the alignment for the Colonels. Screniers to the left sideline to Dio, now to Sparks around the horn. Right side Screniers with it. Cross court now to Sparks, left side of the lane, picked up by Bailey. Backed it up and he's traveling. It's Rutland's basketball. Great defense put up by Aaron Bailey. 6:45 left third quarter. The Raiders have battled back. Brattleboro has a 5-point lead, 27-22. With it left baseline, Aaron Boynton with it for the Raiders. Out front to Eaton for 3. No good, short. Rebound goes out of bounds, and it goes off Screniers. It'll be Rutland's basketball. Tonight's game being taped for broadcast at a later date on Channel 15. Brian Mayhew is the cameraman, and Chris Mayhew throws the ball into play to Conway out front. On the right sideline to Eaton, down low, wanted to go to Bailey, knocked away by Sparks, but Sparks lost it at the baseline. I'm amazed, Mark. Sparks at 6'3", and the way he plays it, he's got a good perimeter shot, but spends most of his time away from the basket, it seems to me.
Sure does.
Mayhew gets it way out front to Conway, dribbles all the way to the lane. His shot is blocked by Sparks, and it comes down to Lance Alekshevitz. Alekshevitz throws it into the forecourt for Sparks, and he throws it back to Alekshevitz in the forecourt, right sideline. It's Dio, back out to Sparks. Sparks dribbles to the left, has it at the left baseline now, stops, back out to Dio. On the right to Skriniars, right side of the circle, back to Sparks. The big guy for three, no good. And the rebound tapped up, no good. The rebound finally comes down to Eaton. That was tapped up by Alekshevitz. Eaton got it to Mayhew. Mayhew right sideline, back out to Eaton to the left sideline to Conway. Lines up the three, it is no good. Rebound Skriniars. Starts the break down the middle. 3-on-3, keeps, lays it up, no good. Follow-up is good by Sparks. First bucket of the second half for Brattleboro. It's Brattleboro 29, Rutland 22, 5:33 left third quarter. Sparks was there for the offensive rebound in the bucket that time. Mayhew out near midcourt. Picked up by Evan Dio off the man-to-man. Mayhew to the right sideline to Jake Conway. Out front to Eaton, top of the circle. As Paller gets set to check in for the Raiders. Conway with it now. Dribbles into the lane, lays it up, no good. Rebound Sparks. Sparks on the outlet to Evan Dio into the forecourt, down the left sideline. Stops the dribble, comes cross-court to the right wing to Alekshevitz. Down low to Noble, right baseline, turnaround switch. Brattleboro establishing itself again.
Yep.
Brattleboro up by 9. Colonels lead at 31-22. Conway with it in the forecourt left sideline. Out front to Mayhew. Mayhew dribbles to the right. When the sideline of the key out front to Eaton to the free throw line to the left sideline, he goes to Conway. Conway down low to Boynton. Dribbles into the lane, back to the right wing to Eaton. Dribbles into the lane. Wanted to go back to Boynton, picked off by Sparks. Sparks on the bounce to Skriniars. Skriniars to Alekshevitz. Short baseline jumper is good. Lance Alekshevitz. And now Dave Kinsman wants a timeout as Brattleboro goes back up by 11. Brattleboro 33. Rutland 22. That matches the Colonel's biggest lead of the ball game. Timeout on the floor. 4:28 left third quarter.
Realty 775-7107.
Jack Healey back with Mark Wambach and John Casarino at the Keefe Gym. The Raiders cut the Brattleboro lead early to 5 here, and now Brattleboro has established itself again, and the Colonels lead it by 11.
Just as Boynton starts getting involved in the game, Brattleboro comes down and sticks 3 quick ones.
Brattleboro 33 and Rutland 22. High school hockey doubleheader tomorrow night at Royce Manigault. Rutland and CVU, a big one in Division 2 to lead us off, followed by Mill River and Milton. Both games for you on WSYB starting at 5:50. Rutland's basketball in the backcourt. Eaton, Mayhew, Conway. Dave Paller is in now for the Raiders, and also in there is Aaron Boynton. As Mayhew has it in the forecourt on Dio at the right sideline, controlling off the dribble. Stops the dribble, sends it out front to Conway, now to Eaton, still out front. Eaton on Alekshevitz. And on the right, he goes to Conway. His short jumper's no good, and the rebound. Scramble for Mayhew, runs it down left sideline. Got it from Noguera, who's in now. Eaton now, in the lane, lays it up, no good. Noguera on the rebound, we'll get a foul against Brattleboro.
Good work by Mayhew on that to give them a chance for another shot.
It was Kyle Sparks on the foul first, or second on Sparks, first on the team. Jake Eaton will be at the line for 2. Sparks in, Clovis Noguera is in. Ben Gilbert also in for Brattleboro now. Alekshevitz is in and Dio is in. Shot by Jake Eaton is around the rim, no good. He'll get another. As Noble's getting a breather now. And the second shot by Eaton is no good. Short, and the rebound to Dio. Dio starts the break into the forecourt down the right sideline. Was right to left, sends it out to Sparks, to the left sideline to Alekshevitz. The other guy getting a breather is Skriniars for Brattleboro. Dio now wanted to go to Gilbert, picked off on a nice defensive play by Eaton. Roars into the forecourt. Stops left side on the cut to Mayhew into the lane. Wanted to dump it underneath to Paller. The ball knocked away. Noguera steals up to Dio at midcourt. Once everybody catch up and then dribbles into the forecourt for Brattleboro on the right to Sparks near the right sideline. Gets it out to Clovis Noguera. Now to Gilbert, left sideline. Back to Sparks, into the key, into the lane. Pulls it up for the short jumper. No good. Sparks the rebound back up. And good! It's going to count. He got fouled. Kyle Sparks kept it alive. Got the offensive rebound for the bucket. Dave Paller on the foul. I got Paller for 3. And that's the first on the team.
Can't emphasize enough how much Sparks is owning those boards. Offensive or defensive.
35-22. Brattleboro with the lead now. Excuse me, Mark, as the shot is good by Sparks to complete the 3-point play, and Brattleboro leads it 36-22, a 14-point lead, the Colonel's biggest lead of the ball game.
Kaz just told me that's his 10th bound.
Here's Boynton in the lane. His 12-footer's no good. Rebound, Paller underneath. His shot blocked by Sparks. Scramble for the basketball. Sparks comes down with it. Dribbles all the way to the forecourt. Keeps and lays it in. What a play by Sparks. Oh, my. 38-22. Brattleboro with a 16-point lead. 2:50 left third quarter. And we got a foul against Brattleboro as Eaton drove to the left side of the lane. Fouls on Ben Gilbert. I got Gilbert for 2 now, and that is the second on the team. As Aaron Corbino checks in for Rutland High for Chris Mayhew. Scott Screnier is back in for Brattleboro for Lance Alexevitz. Foul on Gilbert again is 2.
Sparks is doing it all, blocking them, stealing them.
As the pass comes into Paller and he lays it in. Paller gets the bucket underneath there. 38-24. It's Brattleboro by 14. With it right sideline, Gilbert gets it to Screniers at the free throw line. He fires and hits. Brattleboro answers Paller's bucket quickly. 40-24. Brattleboro with a 16-point lead. 2:28 left here in the third quarter. Eaton with it for the Raiders on the bounce to Aaron Corbino. Right sideline. Aaron wanted to go to Paller. The ball knocked away, and it goes out of bounds. It was knocked out of bounds by Sparks. Now Joe Duval checks in for Rutland High for Jake Conway. John Noble checks in for Kyle Sparks for Brattleboro. Aaron Corbino celebrated his birthday yesterday. Getting set to put the ball into play for the baseline. Loops it out now, top of the circle to Eaton for 3. No go. The rebound to Noble. We got a foul, I believe, on Dave Paller. We'll see if it is on Paller. It would be his 4th. And that is on Dave Paller. His 4th, and that is the second on the team. Common foul, Brattleboro's basketball in the forecourt. Dio wanted to go to Noguera. Noguera lost it out of bounds, but it went off Paller. Clovis Noguera, if you were not with us in the first half, he played a little bit in the first half. Played quite a bit, as a matter of fact. He's an exchange student from Brazil. As John Lind is in for Dave Paller for Rutland High. Paller sits down with a 4 personal fouls. Gilbert gets it into Noble halfway between the circles. On the left to Dio. Picked up by Corbino off the man-to-man. On the bounce, right side, it goes to Noguera. Clovis Noguera into the lane. Lost the handle, picked it up again at the top of the circle. Right to Screniers. Screniers on Duval to the right baseline. Feeds it out to Noble at the free throw line. Backs it up a bit. Now Ben Gilbert with it near the midcourt circle. Picked up by Eaton. Screniers near the right sideline. A minute 44 left. Third quarter. Pass comes into Gilbert. Spins and lays it in. He got it down low in the lane. Went left to right. Got the bucket. It's Brattleboro 42. Rutland 24. A minute 33 left third quarter. Jake Eaton, top of the circle. Eaton lost the handle, picked it up again on the bounce, feeds it into Boynton, lays it up. No good. Rebound. Comes down to Noble. Noble covers up and goes to Dio. Dio roars into the forecourt. Chased by Corbino. Corbino knocked it away. Duval on the steal. We got a foul on a Brattleboro. The foul on a Brattleboro, it's on Evan Dio. I have him for 1. That's the 3rd on the team.
Well, Noble's picking up where Sparks left off. Sparks goes out. Noble comes in and starts asserting himself on the boards.
Duval for the Raiders, right sideline underneath, wanted Corbino. Gilbert picks it off for Brattleboro into the forecourt. Gilbert goes coast to coast into the lane, dumps it off to Dio, right baseline, gets triple teamed, starts it over again as he dribbles from the sideline toward the middle. But Gilbert to the left sideline, 56 seconds left third quarter. Now Noguera back to Dio near the right sideline. Dio to the right corner to John Noble, picked up by Boynton off the man-to-man. Noble looking inside, still looking, holds the ball over his head, sends it out now to Screniers, ducks underneath into the lane. His short jumper's no good. A rebound fought for, and it goes out of bounds. It goes off Screniers. It'll be Rutland's basketball. Checking in for Brattleboro now is Andy Moshevitis. Moshevitis, a 5'10 senior, is in for Dio. And if Moshevitis is not in there when Alexevitz is in, we're all in pretty good shape here. Alexevitz is on the bench right now. Corbino sends it to the left baseline to Duval, to Boynton, drives the lane and lays it in. Nice play. Brattleboro 42, Rutland 26. The Colonels lead it by 16. 20 seconds left third quarter. Moshevitis gets it down the right sideline to Noguera. Noguera out to Noble halfway between the circles. 12 seconds left in the quarter. With it is Screniers now, dribbles left to right. Gets it to Gilbert, 7 seconds left in the quarter. Gilbert to the right side of the lane, forces the shot, in and out, no good. We get a foul on Ben Gilbert, an offensive foul. And that would be the third team foul as Sparks comes in for Noble. That's the third foul on Gilbert. That's the fourth on Brattleboro here in the half. 5 seconds left in the third quarter. As the Raiders have it in the backcourt, Boynton gets it into Eaton. 4 seconds left. Eaton dribbles all the way into the forecourt. From near midcourt, his three at the buzzer's good. Hit it off the glass. But a 30-footer for Jake Eaton at the buzzer. And how many buzzer beaters has he had this year? At the buzzer, the three for Jake Eaton. It's 42-29. Brattleboro with a lead after 3 quarters of play. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. As we get set for the fourth quarter, Brattleboro outscored the Raiders 15-12 in the third quarter. And we'll, and Mark, you might have heard Mark say he's missing the point. We'll double check with the scores table at the end of the game. That's okay. Mark Wambach and John Casarino with us tonight on WSYB. The Raiders going with Carbonell, Boynton, Duval, Eaton, and John Lynn. Brattleboro's basketball, they're going with Screniers. Colonels are going also with Gilbert, Moshevitas, who's got the ball right now. Also Sparks is in there, and Noguera is in there. And with it right now is Screniers, right side of the circle across the key. Gets it to Gilbert. Gilbert dribbles down to the right side of the lane, dumped it off for Noguera. His turnaround's no good. We get a foul against the Raiders. Fouls on John Lind. That would be the third team foul on the Raiders. First on Lind. And Clovis Noguera, who was in the act of shooting, will be at the line for 2. Clovis Noguera from Brazil. And his shot is in and out, no good. He'll get another. Aaron Bailey getting set to check back in for Rutland High. Bailey checks in for John Lynn. Just underway, fourth quarter. Brattleboro with a 13-point lead as Noguera's second shot is up and good. He gets 1 out of 2. And Brattleboro leads it now 43-29. Brattleboro's led by as many as 18. Carbonell with it out front. Gets it to Eaton down the left baseline. Hit fakes. His shot blocked by Sparks. We get a foul on Sparks. That would be the third on Sparks. And it's the fifth on the team. It's a shooting foul. Jake Eaton will be at the line for 2 for Rutland High.
Well, maybe Jake Eaton's trying to pick things up himself. Big 3 at the end of the third quarter, and now he's taken to the hoop for the foul.
And Jake's first shot is around the rim and in. He'll get another. Brattleboro 43, Rutland 30. 7:36 left in the ball game. Second shot by Jake Eaton is around the rim and in. Jake, the freshman, gets them both. And it is 43-31. A 12-point Brattleboro lead as the Raiders trying to battle back in this one. Moshevitas is fouled in the forecourt by Aaron Carbonell. That's the first on Aaron, and that's the fourth on the team. Brattleboro's basketball right sideline in the forecourt. Scott Screniers getting set to put the ball on the play. Gets it into Gilbert down the sideline. Down low to Noguera. He's by himself. He lays it in. Double team somewhere else. Noguera was all by himself and got the easy bucket. Brattleboro 45, Rutland 31. Jake Eaton with it left sideline. Out front now to Bailey on the right to Carbonell. Carbonell to the right baseline. His 12-footer in and out, back in again. Aaron Carbonell with a bucket. It is Brattleboro 45, Rutland 33. Into the forecourt, Moshevitas picked up by Aaron Carbonell. Moshevitas gets it to the right sideline to Ben Gilbert. Gilbert dribbles down the sideline to the right baseline, goes baseline, and he throws up the wild shot. No good. Screniers the rebound, back up, no good. And the rebound to Boynton. Outlet now to Eaton. Eaton into the forecourt, down the left sideline. Eaton dribbles left to right across the key. Gives it to Duval at the baseline. He lays it in. Great move by Duval.
Fantastic shot by Joe Duval there. A little acrobatics.
It's a 10-point Brattleboro lead. 45-35. We got a foul on Aaron Carbonell, his second. And that is the fifth on the team. Well, common foul. Brattleboro will have the basketball as Screniers comes out. And Moshevitas comes out. And Alex Shevitz is in. And also Dio is in. So Moshevitas and Alex Shevitz are not in the game at the same time. Moshevitas is on the bench now. Brattleboro's basketball, Dio with it. Evan Dio, a 5'9" senior, gets it to Sparks. Sparks dribbles to the free throw line, fires up off the back of the rim, no good. And we get a foul on Noguera. And that is the 6th team foul on Brattleboro. The next foul on Brattleboro will send a Raider to the line. The Raiders have battled back, trail by 10, and they have the basketball. They can get it to single digits now. Aaron Carbonneau on the bounce, gets it to Boynton, right side of the circle. To Carbonneau, 6:15 left in the ball game. Carbonneau on the bounce, down low to Boynton, spins into the lane. A short jumper, no good off the glass. Rebound to Sparks. Sparks starts the break down the middle, pulls up in the lane, and he gets it to Gilbert, and Gilbert lays it up, no good, but he was fouled.
Good unselfish play by Sparks there to give it up.
Foul's on Duval. That's the 6th on the Raiders. It's a shooting foul, so both teams will be going to the line from here on in. Foul on Duval is his 2nd, and Ben Gilbert at the line, a 6'1" sophomore, at the line for 2 in the act of shooting. 6:04 left in the ball game. Gilbert's first shot is good. He'll get another. Brattleboro goes up by 11, 46-35. Unofficially, Brattleboro is led by as many as 18. Second shot by Gilbert is around the rim and in. Ben Gilbert, the sophomore, gets them both. It is Brattleboro 47, Rutland 35. Jake Eaton with it left sideline. Eaton down low, wanted to go to Boynton, picked off by Noguera. Noguera goes coast to coast into the lane, behind the back, gets it to Gilbert. He lays it up, no good. Gilbert back up and good. Gilbert got his own rebound and put it back up and in. It's going to count. He got fouled. Gilbert an opportunity for a 3-point play for Brattleboro. As we got a timeout on the floor, puts the Raiders over the limit. It is now Brattleboro 49, Rutland 35, 5:51 left in the ball game. We'll sort out the foul timeout on Bailey as the Colonels have opened up a 49-35 lead, a 14-point Brattleboro lead. Mark?
What a pretty pass from Clovis Noguera down low for that. I mean, the player missed it. I'm not sure who it was. He missed the initial rebound.
Yeah, it was Gilbert, and Gilbert will be at the line.
Oh, Gilbert. Okay, Gilbert missed the initial shot, and then he got the rebound and put it back up, and now he's looking for a 3-point.
Got fouled by Aaron Bailey. Again, Bailey's first, the team's 7th. Both teams over the limit now with 5:51 left in the ball game. So Gilbert here, a sophomore. Mark has an opportunity for a 3-point play. And the shot by Gilbert is around the rim and in. So he completes the 3-point play, and Brattleboro establishing itself again. The Colonels now lead it 50-35, a 15-point lead. Boynton in the lane on the cut to Bailey. Bailey lays it up and in. So he went to the right baseline. 50-37. Brattleboro leads it by 13. 5:35 left in the ball game. Still time for the Raiders. They have to make some defensive stops here, though. Gilbert with it left sideline in the forecourt, picked up by Duval. Out to Dio to the right sideline. Noguera with it. Clovis Noguera gets it to Gilbert to the right side of the key, then drops it back again on the left to Alekshevitz near the left sideline. Lance Alekshevitz gets it out to Noguera. Top of the circle, spins into the lane, dumps it underneath for Alekshevitz, and he lays it in. Nice play.
Another nice pass from Noguera.
52-37, Brattleboro out in front. Carbonneau cross court to the left sideline to Duval. His 3 is no good. Rebound Eaton. Dribbles toward the right sideline to the right baseline. Stops the dribble, looking around on the bounce to Bailey. Goes baseline underneath the bucket. He got double teamed, and his pass stolen away by Gilbert down to Dio. Dio behind the back to Sparks. A short jumper, no good. Sparks on the offensive foul. Kyle Sparks on the offensive foul. It's 4 on Sparks, and the Brattleboro over the limit now, but then an offensive foul as Paller is in for Boynton for Rutland High. Mike Stempek checks in for the Raiders. Noble is in for Sparks for Brattleboro. Stempek is in for Duval.
Once again, like the first half, the Colonels are working down low really, really well. Interior passing.
See if the Raiders can put on a spurt here without Sparks in the ball game. As Stempek has it, left side of the lane. Going to force it into Bailey. Bailey picks it up, gets double teamed, forces the shot, left baseline, but he hits it anyway. Bailey forced the shot, but hit the baseline jumper. It is Brattleboro 52, Rutland 39, 4:27 left in the ball game. Gilbert sends it out to Dio near the midcourt circle. Dio looks right and sends it up top now to Alekshevitz, and he'll bring it back out front. Now Noble with it near the left sideline. Noble out front to Noguera to Dio near the right sideline, picked up by Carbonneau. On the bounce out front, top of the circle to Noble to the left sideline to Gilbert. Brattleboro spreads it out just a bit. Brattleboro with a 13-point lead. With it is Dio halfway between the circles. 4 minutes left in the ball game. Now Lance Alekshevitz with it right sideline. Down the sideline he goes to Noble. Picked up by Bailey on the bounce to Dio right side of the circle. Back on the bounce right sideline to Noble. Noble dribbles toward the middle. forces the shot. No good off the glass. Eaton the rebound, starts to break down the middle. Coast to coast, lays it up and in. Great play by the freshman Jake Eaton. It is now Brattleboro 52, Rutland 41. The Raiders back to within 11. 3:30 left in the ball game. Dio the other way. His pass knocked down and picked off by Dave Paller. Paller in with Eaton, Corbino, Stempeck, and Bailey for Rutland High. Right sideline, Stempeck with it. To Paller, left side of the circle, to the left sideline to Corbino. Head fakes, and the bounce wanted to go to Bailey, knocked away and picked off by Noguera. Noguera goes coast to coast, ups it off for Alex Shevitz, and he lays it in. Well, that was a big turnaround there. 4-point turnaround as Brattleboro gets the bucket, and the Raiders do not at the other side. 54-41, Brattleboro by 13. Ethan Barron is in for Rutland High, and Jake Eaton is out. Sprenier's back in, Alex Shevitz out for Brattleboro.
Once again, Clovis Noguera leading the break and dishing off nicely.
Aaron Corbino gets it to Paller halfway between the circles. Back to Corbino between the sideline and the key to the left baseline, Aaron Bailey. Bailey gets it back out to Corbino, top of the circle. To the left side, the left baseline to Dave Paller. Back out to Corbino for three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound to Noble. Way up there for the rebound. Outlet to Screniers. Screniers to the right baseline to Gilbert into the lane. And coming back to block it out of bounds, Aaron Bailey.
Nice play by Bailey there, boy.
As Greg Sinus checks into the ball game for Rutland High for Aaron Bailey.
Bailey had 4 points in that fourth quarter.
Kyle Sparks is in, and Clovis Noguera is out for Brattleboro. It's Brattleboro's basketball. 2:39 left in the ball game. Brattleboro 54, Rutland 41. Pass comes into Screniers to Sparks out near midcourt. Brattleboro will undoubtedly spread it out again. Sparks, the big guy, on the bounce gives it to Noble. Still way out front. On the bounce left sideline to Gilbert, dribbles left to right. On the bounce right sideline, it goes to Screniers. Now out front halfway between the circles, Sparks with it. 2:18 left in the ball game. Brattleboro in control. Sparks looks right, now sends it to Gilbert, left baseline, drives, lays it up, no good, we get a foul. Foul against the Raiders, and it would be the 18th foul on the Raiders. Fouls on Mike Stempeck. It is a shooting foul. And Gilbert will be at the line for two. First on Stempeck.
Brattleboro doing a good job of spreading out things and wasting some time off that clock.
Shot by Gilbert is good. He'll get another. That's the 17th foul on Rutland High. Brattleboro 55, Rutland 41. Second shot by Gilbert is no good off the back of the rim. Rebound to Stempeck. Stempeck shovels it off now for Corbino. Corbino skips into the forecourt. Aaron sends it out to Paller to the left sideline to Mike Stempeck. Stempeck dribbles once, comes cross-court, right wing to Corbino to Paller, right baseline. Lost the handle, goes out of bounds. It was knocked out of bounds by Screniers. 2:01 left in the ball game. Rutland's basketball from the baseline. Aaron Corbino looking to throw the ball into play. Corbino looking around, loops it out to Barron, top of the circle, and his long bomb is no good. It was a two-point attempt. Rebound to Sinus, ducks underneath, lays it up, no good. We're going to foul against Brattleboro. Sinus, Barron, Paller, Corbino, and Stempeck right now for Rutland High. That is the 8th team foul on the Colonels. Sinus will be at the line. You're going to call that a shooting foul, or did they say that was before the shot? The foul is on Screniers, his second. It is a shooting foul. Greg Sinus at the line for two. A 6'2 junior with 1:55 left in the ball game. The shot by Sinus is good. He'll get another. It's Brattleboro 55, Rutland 42. We'll have Rutland at MSJ Friday night in boys basketball. Will be on the air at 7:20. Second shot by Sinus is no good, in and out. Brattleboro controlling the rebound as Sparks tore it down. Gets it to Screniers. Sparks, Screniers, Dio, Gilbert, and Noble. The alignment for Brattleboro. Brattleboro in control. Dio with it right wing. The right corner he goes to Noble. Noble along the sideline. Chased by Sinus out front to Sparks. Midcourt circle. To the right sideline to Screniers. 1:33 left in the ball game. Up top now to Dio halfway between the circles. Dio looking around. Controlling off the dribble. Stops the dribble and goes to Noble near the right sideline, picked up by Sinus. Back, he wanted to go to Sparks, almost stolen away by Paller, but Sparks controls. 1:15 left in the ball game. It's Brattleboro 55, Rutland 42. Sparks stops the dribble and goes to Screniers' right sideline. Chased by Ethan Barron out front off the man-to-man, double dribble on Scott Screniers. Nice defense by Ethan Barron. So So it's Rutland's basketball with 1:08 left in the ball game. Corbino with it into the forecourt for the Raiders. Gets it to Paller, way out front, right side to Barron, right sideline. Barron sends it to Stempeck between the sideline and the key. The long three by Stempeck's an air ball that goes out of bounds. Off Dave Paller, Brattleboro's basketball with 57 seconds left in the ball game. Brattleboro will remain unbeaten in league play and will have a 2-game lead over the Raiders in the Marble Valley League A division. Dio to the key to the line, to the right sideline to Gilbert, out to Sparks. Sparks near the midcourt circle, 45 seconds left in the ball game. Sparks to the right sideline to Gilbert. Gilbert, Sparks, Noble, Dio, and Screniers right now for Brattleboro. Dio picked up by Corbino, 35 seconds left in the ball game. Screniers with it now, picked up by Barron, dribbles behind the back into the lane, and he wanted to go to the left baseline to Dio, by him out of bounds. Rutland's basketball with 30 seconds left in the ball game.
Well, I think the big thing tonight was that Rutland didn't hit their outside shots like I've seen them hit in the last couple of games, and the inside passing of the Colonels has just taken Boynton and taken Lynn right out of it.
Wayman and Baker check in for Brattleboro. Chris Putnam is in for Brattleboro. Joe Borgatti is in for Brattleboro. As Coach Bob Bashford clears the bench here for the Brattleboro Colonels. Screniers is the only one who remains. Rutland's basketball in the forecourt. Corbino with it. Corbino dribbles left to right. 22 seconds left in the ball game. Corbino near the right sideline. Corbino cross court underneath to Paller, and he lays it in. Nice play. Corbino to Paller. It is Brattleboro 55, Rutland 44. 10 seconds left in the ball game. Also still in there is Gilbert. And here's Screniers for the long three, left side of the circle. He hits. 3 seconds left in the ball game. Brattleboro 58, Rutland 44. And that is the ball game. And the Brattleboro Colonels have defeated the Rutland High Red Raiders by a score of 58-44. That's your final. Brattleboro 58, Rutland 44. Brattleboro remains unbeaten